Self.
I'm Susan Anderson. I'm a fifth-generation farmer on this land. My family has been farming here since the 1820s, and we have Native Naturals Farm where we grow everything sustainably, and we are not USDA certified organic, but we use all organic methods with no chemical fertilizers, pesticides, or herbicides. And we make our own compost. We plant for crop rotation, and we plant cover crops to build soil, and we try to leave the land better each time we plant than it was before. We are strictly a family farm. We have occasionally those who come and do internships to learn how to organically farm, and they will stay with us anywhere from a month to a year and learn about our practices. We have occasionally hired help when we were in a crisis situation having to get something done or something specialized that we don't do. But essentially we enlist the help of family to keep the farm up and going and growing.
Can you tell us a little bit about your CSA that you started?
We have in the past had a CSA that's a community-supported agriculture. It is where people sign up with you in advance of your planting a crop for a share, a weekly share in the farm. And whatever you plant, whatever grows well, is what they get. If there's an abundance of tomatoes, they get extra tomatoes. If maybe there is something that doesn't produce as well, like maybe beans are not producing as well, they may not get as many. There's no guaranteed amount that you will get, but generally you get more than your value of what you have signed up for the farm. Gives the farmer the advantage of knowing that they have a certain amount sold for the year. They get their money in advance and are able to use that as working capital. Gives the buyer a certainty that if there is a shortage of something, that they have first choice. They have the best tomatoes, the best blueberries, the best plums, the best apples, the best of whatever it is that you're growing before you go to market. So it's a way that people who are not farming can help farmers continue to be sustainable. The vagaries of weather and insects and problems on the farm can somewhat be mitigated by knowing that that your crop is pre-sold, whether some catastrophe comes along or not, and gives the greater community the advantage of knowing that they've helped a farmer with insurance against their unforeseen problems.
In the past, the CSA, how many members did you have, and how did you supply any grocery stores, markets? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
We had 32 members of our CSA, and we did supply 3 restaurants, and we sold some to markets, and then we sold some at farmers markets. So we went to 3 farmers markets a week. We had 3 restaurants we supplied, 32 individuals in our CSA, and then whatever we had beyond that, we sold wholesale to grocery stores.
Can you tell us a little bit about the Red Hills Alliance?
The Red Hills Farmer Alliance was something that was started a few years ago by some core members of the local sustainable agriculture community, our small farmers, to promote our farms, to help with marketing, and to help with education. And to be a mutual support organization. Um, what an outgrowth of that has been the Red Hills online market, where we now have a market where you can go online and shop and pick up at one of the several hubs we have around town, where we make the farmers will make their deliveries to a central hub, and then those people who have purchased their products from those farmers online that week will receive their products at different locations around town.
And that's been going for how long now?
I think it's been going about I forget, 3, maybe 4 years, but I'm sure it's been 3 years.
Okay. I know that your form of business is a sole proprietorship. You're like a mom and pop operation. Can you tell us about succession plans, or how does the family operation work?
We are we're hopeful that our one of our daughters is very interested in farming, and she's also interested in herbal medicine, and she wants to come and eventually help us with the farm and ease into the management of the farm as we ease out of it. Um, it's been There have been times when the farm was not productive because there wasn't someone in the family who was ready at that time to manage the farm. There have been the times when the farm was very productive. My grandmother's time, I think, was the most productive for the farm. She was supplying a very wide market for everything from beef to smoked hams and bacon and fresh produce and milk and eggs and cheese and butter, and just about anything you might need she would produce. She was one of the main suppliers for the Florida State College for Women and their cafeteria, which is now FSU, when it was a women's school back in the 20s and 30s and 40s. And we're hoping that our daughter will move more into she's getting a degree in herbal medicine and producing more of the native plants of the area on the farm for medicinal purposes.
Can you tell us how information technology plays a role in the farm?
We use the computer and the internet continually. One of the great things is the online market. It has been a real asset to be able to go on and list what we have this week and have people sign up and buy it, and all we have to do is deliver it. We list, and we get a pick ticket on Wednesday of how much has been sold, and we gather that and deliver it on Thursday. We also use it for research. There's always something that you need to know. One thing about farming is there's never 2 days that are exactly alike. And you would be surprised how much in the course of a day or a week or a month you don't know. And you need to research. You need to find out, how can I do this a little better? Maybe someone else is doing it and better. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. There's someone else doing something that we want to do with great success. So we would do a lot of research online, and we also use social media some to let the people know when we're going to be at market and what we have, and it also helps us with our marketing.
How has drought treated you throughout the years? I know that's one of the many plights of a farmer.
It is, and we have had a sustained drought for a good while. And this spring was the first really normal year we have had in probably 25 or 30 years with good water. We are in the process of converting from overhead sprinkler type irrigation to drip irrigation, and we'll be we have some drip. We will be getting our fruit and some of our vegetable production on drip this fall. Drought, water, water is something that if you have too much, it's a problem. If you have too little, it's a problem. And there's not much you can do about the too much if it rains too much, but you can control having too little. The quality of your produce is directly affected by consistent water supply. And you can see it in everything that you grow. If you have a consistent water supply, then you'll have good, healthy crops.
So why did you decide to continue the tradition of being a farmer like your ancestors? What about it, I guess encourages you to get up every day and continue to do what they've done?
Well, my grandmother told me when I was a little girl, we're of Cherokee descent and Creek descent, and she said, we're the corn people. And I thought, that's a strange thing. We're not corn, but we really are. There's something about growing that you can't help it. You must put something in the ground. There's something in your DNA that says it's springtime and I have to be planting, or it's fall and I have to be planting. Seed catalogs come, and it's like Christmas. You want everything that's in there. You want to plant. My husband keeps saying we don't have room to plant all that, and I always buy too many seeds and want to plant far more than I have. We are prepared to plant. It's just part of who I am. No matter what I've ever done, I've worked in the professional world. I've always come home to plant something, and there came a point when I just preferred the beauty and the solitude of my garden to being out in the professional world. And my husband said, I will support you. If you want to leave that world and farm, I'll support you. And he continued to work to support my farming habit. And he loves it too. And we love having fresh, organically grown produce for ourselves. There's nothing like knowing exactly what you have to eat for your family, what you have to share with friends and family when they come. My husband says to people when they sit down to eat with us, be careful, it's still alive.